What is up and welcome to another edition of Worth a Watch with me, Anthony Flores. This is going to be my review for the independent movie Birdman, starring Michael Keaton, Emma Stone, Zach Galifianakis, Amy Ryan, Edward Norton. Who else am I missing? Naomi Watts. And I think that should do it. I think if I miss anybody, sorry. I do not know much about the director Alejandro Iñárritu. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. I've heard he's controversial, but at the same time very artsy and a very much artist of a director. You know, he's just one of those directors that likes to make art over just making a movie. And I think with this movie, right off the bat, I'll just say, Michael Keaton, where the fuck have you been, man? Wow. A performance arguably could be argued for the years to come. I could see someone saying this movie is his favorite, his or hers favorite performance of his. Any man or woman can end up saying, I really love his performance. That's my favorite performance in Birdman. That's how good this is. And it is Oscar worthy in every way. It's no one could have been better suited for this role as Regan Thompson, aka Birdman. And he is a struggling actor trying to make a comeback in his older age of, I think, like 60, 61. And he's trying to do a play throughout the film. And we have a loose cannon actor played by Edward Norton, who's kind of like trying to steal the spotlight from him. We have a daughter that just got out of rehab, played by Emma Stone. She's just very nice and kind, but at the same time, she could be also kind of she's just very broken because of the fact is that Regan Thompson was not a great dad. Which is unfortunate because any kid that doesn't have a parent involved in their lives, it sucks. And I've kind of been there. So I definitely get that angle of her life and story. And then we have Zach Galifianakis, a friend and confidant to Regan Thompson. He is just, I believe, the agent. I think, if not, either way. Zach Galifianakis also, man, what the serious... What we know Emma Stone and Edward Norton can act their asses off, and they do in this movie. But this is the first really solid performance throughout without the crutch of being like just the funny fat guy that I've seen him in. Like the last acting movie I really just dug his performance was probably the only one really. It's kind of a funny story, and it was a very small movie as well. Nobody gave a shit about that movie, but I highly recommend that one. Naomi Watts, of course, is great, and everyone just brought their A game. Everybody just superb acting in the story of a man who's trying to make a comeback in movies, but is also shadowed by the very movie franchise that made him famous, and that he doesn't want to go back to this over-the-top budgeted blockbuster stuff that everyone keeps getting famous for. There's a nice commentary about that, about how actors just keep pushing and pushing more and more of those movies because that's the only way they make money. But at the same time, they want to be artists and they want to sprout their wings and fly and be more of an actor than just an actor. You know, just that gets the paycheck and does a fucking franchise and just moves on with their lives. No, Michael Keaton's character really just wants more out of his acting career. And again, what better way to do that via a Broadway show? And this even takes a jab. This whole movie takes a jab. Damn it. 2 videos in a row, my voice cracks. I guess I'm going through late puberty. I will take the case. I have to segue somehow from awkward moments like this. Random tangent, now that I went with that. Did you get that thing I sent you? And peanut me likey. For those of you who do not know where that's from, that's Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. Great Adult Swim show. And there was actually, if you see this at an Alamo Draft House, which I did, there's a Birdman cartoon that plays before this, which is fucking awesome. Thank you, Alamo Draft House. I doubt you'll see this, but awesome. Or the people at the Alamo Draft House. Anyways, to tangent back to the review here, I very much just really felt for the character of him struggling, trying to be an artist, and really trying to just make a different name for himself. But the thing that really stuck with me, that I very much thought was awesome, and I'm assuming it was Michael Keaton himself. I really hope so, because if not, I'm going to seem like a complete idiot. A mental battle goes on throughout this entire movie, and I won't give any spoilers to this movie in general, but just I wanted more. This is the only gripe I have with this movie. I wanted more of this psychological battle he was having within the actual Birdman character, and I won't spoil for you how it goes down. And there's some things that are not quite explained right off the bat, but at the same time, I don't care, because I was so invested in what was happening in this unique version of filmmaking that's not done very often. But also, it was meant to look like a one-track shot throughout the entire movie, and that's... The director's got some fucking talent to do something like that and make it emotionally and just overall investing in all the characters that we are tracking with throughout the entire movie. And the whole psychological battle, I loved it. I just thought, just a literal fight in his head, feeling that he doesn't want to go back to blockbuster action movies. And the Birdman character was brilliantly done. I whether it was Keaton himself that was doing the voiceover stuff, I don't know. It really did sound like him though, but I won't go into any more, because that's definitely part of the awesomeness of this movie for Keaton as well. I give the man an Oscar nomination at least. The direction is superb. The score was awesome. Some people definitely can see this as pretentious, but to me, this actually has shit I gave a crap about. I can't think of any other artsy movies on the top of my head that I walked out and said, fuck this movie, because it was overly pretentious. I kind of felt that way about Under the Skin, but I ended up really liking that movie in the end. Anyways, with art house or independent movies, you just have to take a risk sometimes, and this risk paid off big time for me. It was worth my ticket price, and I highly recommend it. Michael Keaton alone is worth your price of admission here, along with a great cast all around. Amy Ryan, also great. I didn't mention her, but loved her in The Office. She was pretty funny in The Office. And didn't forget, Edward Norton as, again, that rival against Michael Keaton, also superb. Anyways, that should do it for my review of Birdman. I really, really dug this movie a lot, and I was so scared about the overhype that this movie was getting, but it was a damn good movie. I love the pop culture referencing. I love that it was done very cleverly. I love that it was just taking a jab at critics that are just assholes. That was awesome. It really took some balls to do something like that. Critics that are a-holes, that don't give movies the benefit of the doubt sometimes. Being a reviewer myself, it's kind of hard to really be objective, but at the same time, for something like this, it's all around. Movies are hard to review sometimes, and some people just don't give a fuck and do it for the money, and they just fucking write terrible reviews for the fuck of it, and that's awful. So, fucking fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me on this review of Birdman. I hope you all enjoyed it. Feel free to comment below if you've seen the film, and what are your thoughts on it. Let me know. And thank you so much for watching, subscribing, liking, all that good stuff in between. So until next time, I'm Anthony Flores with Worth a Watch, and keep going to the movies.